You know, a lot of people understand the slogan, action speaks louder than words. But I kind of feel like there's an unspoken rule or thing that we don't talk about of how important words actually is. Now, action does speaks a little louder than words, but I'm gonna show you how important words are. Just hold up. Understand that don't nothing happens without words half the times. Like if we thinking about it, when you got into it with that person, whether it was a fight, whether it was you know the way you feel, whether it was something that you didn't want to do, a lot of things, you know, it start off with a conversation, whether that's with a person, whether that's in your head, whether that's just you have to evaluate something. A lot of times, how am I trying to say this? Basically what I'm trying to say is a lot of people don't act, you think before you do things. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, if you think before you speak, that means you know, well, whether you thinking or you say it's words, you having a conversation, you know, you having dialogue, whether it's good or bad, before you take that said action. So a lot of times when people say action speaks louder than words, to a certain extent, yes, it does, but that action wouldn't start without the words first. So it's like, you gotta really be mindful of like a lot of things that you say, not only to really to yourself, but this is in general, whether it's relationships, whether it's decisions you need to make, whether a lot of things, it start off with words. So you gotta be mindful of things that you say too first. Okay, dose or no, dose. I'm trying to be lit for the video and shit. Number two, a lot of times just because, like when they say action speaks louder than words, just because you do action, that doesn't mean that you're gonna take just because you act, I'm not gonna redo this, I want y'all to see me messing up. Just because you're acting on something does not mean that that's the right thing to act on. A lot of times, well, I'm not gonna say a lot of times, but a good majority of the times, if you don't think before you act on certain things, that action not only is not gonna be the right choice, it's gonna be detrimental to you. It's gonna lead you way worse off than where you were before you did that. So it's real beneficial to think, speak, talk, analyze, or evaluate a lot of things before you act on them. Because if you see, I feel like you gotta have a balance. I feel like me, personally, bro, I feel like a lot of times I'm very, I'm not passive, but I think a lot, probably too much, to the point where it's like I probably think pessimistic. Then on that same vein, you got people that don't think at all. They just, you know, those people that just say, oh, I'm just living in the moment, or I'm living life, I'm doing X, Y, Z. Those are the people that get into a lot of bullshit, a lot of BS. But then you got people like me, ooh, damn, niggas walking. You got people like me, a lot of times, you know, I might not get the things that I want, or miss out on missed opportunities because I'm thinking too much. I'm trying to evaluate. So sometimes action does, you gotta know that balance, bro. It's just the balance. You gotta know the balance. Listen, only you know what's really best for you. Now, it's good you can take advice, you can take heed to it, you know, when a person is saying or things like that. But at the end of the day, you have the say so. You have the ultimate, okay, I can see that. This is the thing. Listening to somebody and doing what they say, that's two different things. And a person telling you something, that action, that does not mean it. Like if a person say, man, you should act on this, man, you talking X, Y, and Z too much. That talking and that thinking and stuff you doing before you act, that might be just what you need to actually get your goals. If you sometimes listen to people like that and just act without thinking when you know you should, you're gonna get fucked up. And then when that X, Y, and Z happen to you, that you know, you're gonna be looking like, damn, I knew it, man. I should have just listened to what I was saying. But then on that same vein, another thing too, like you could be just wanting to act like, man, I'm just trying to go, and somebody be telling you, damn, I'm kind of stuttering this early. A person will be telling you like, bro, I think you should think about it. Now I know you're trying to act, but you might have to want to evaluate it. Like I said, you gotta really know. You gotta really just have that discernment to know. Like I said, and we not perfect. This does not mean you're gonna get it right every single time, but we gotta have that discernment and know, like, okay, like I said, you gotta know what's best for you. A lot of people, they on the outside looking in, they can only project what they think is best, but ultimately ultimately you know what's best for you, man. Action does speak louder than words, but a lot of things don't start off with words. A lot of times words speaking, you need to do that to you know the way the best scenario, the best options for you, man. It's not just action, doing XYZ all day. A lot of times you do have to think and evaluate before you go. I kind of feel like I just rambled, said the same shit around. Man, Eli like signing out, bro.